Good morning to everyone. Today's video is very simple over this genset. So I always upload this video to you that you can learn how to do these things you solve by just watching this video, and immediately after watching the video you can be able to fix everything here in details. So off tank, after removing the back cover, lock your fuel and remove the tank. Go down here and remove the I don't think we need to remove the plug, so the plug I will keep in, but we have to remove the exhaust cover plus the exhaust. So off the cover, two bolts here 12mm, off them plus the cover, and then remove the exhaust. Very simple. Next we are to remove this gasket is broken, so we have to remove the gas like so. You can retighten those bolts just to easily settle them, you don't lose them up. So after this we are now going to remove these 10 bolts that are covering up the heat sink. Next onto the cylinder head, these are 10mm bolts, 4 of them, and when you remove them you access the 2 bolts that tie the block to the engine. So off them, and then we move to the air cleaner. So off the air cleaner immediately after, then gently pull your carburetor off like so. Then after pulling off the carburetor, it's now time to remove our cylinder head. On the cylinder head we have the valves, yes, one exhaust, one inlet, so plus that is exhaust, inlet plus the plug, spark plug, because this is a fuel, a petrol engine, so it uses the spark plug. This is a head gasket, probably it is fine, and we're just going to clean this and refix. So pulling up here you will be able to see how that piston moves: top dead center, bottom dead center, top dead center, bottom dead center, plus exhaust and inlet, power stroke. Over here we have the armature, motor, AVR, 4 power stand. So let me cut off some wires here, remove the motor cover. So the motor cover will go off with its AVR, brass system, and then we go direct to the armature. So just tap using the right tool, not every tool can tap, so I was just elaborating. So pull off the connecting harness of the AVR from the motor, and then unbolt the armature to pull it off. Don't knock, just pull gently like that. Next to look at is a plastic inlet oil bolt, yellow.
So now this is where oil enters from.
Now inside here we have a gear timing mechanism of the camshafts that are moved up on the cylinder head by a connecting 2 sticks, or you can call them connecting rods. And then let's remove this pump. It pumps oil up by just splashing it in the cylinder head. Due to the speed and the trick to remove the piston is super easy. Just rotate your camshaft and tap the bottom of the connecting rod like so. The piston will be out smoothly.
So now this is what we have been diagonizing. And on removal, I found that this push rod here, the connecting arm, has been eaten up. So when this arm is eaten up, meaning that there was an error in oil which caused this. I think you can even see it within your camera. So this is what I found out, and we are going to fix this new one because we want to run that machine again. So we are going to fix the new complete. Now let me take you over on this piston. Every piston is like this. They just differ on the diameter or length here, from here up to here, and the type. Other pistons have a depression here bigger than this, but this one is for that generator, so it has a sort depression. So we have two compression rings here. This is one compression ring here, and the second one, and then the third one below is an oil scraper ring. So whenever you're told you to talk about rings, we have only two compression rings and the oil scraper ring. The oil scraper ring has some filings which can collect oil. I think you can see all those holes in it. When you're fitting a new piston and you have been told to do so, so never put these rings in the same line like this. The reason why you should not do this is because that there will be an exhaust here back into the engine. So when you're doing this, really, you will rebuild the engine just because of this simple mistake. So whenever you're fitting these new rings, make sure that if this one is here, then the below one, we are going to rotate one opposite. One will be opposite to the other. So one is here, another one is opposite here. So this is the right way how to fit the rings on.
Fixing back is also the same procedure, but you just have to squeeze the rings up and push the piston downwards. Squeeze the rings up like so and push the piston downwards like that. You push, and not forgetting them to be opposite. You push, you squeeze and push. Squeeze the rings, push down the piston like so. You see, so you squeeze and push down. Super easy. You don't have to waste a lot of time over there. So not forgetting that we have now a new connecting rod, so we have to be careful not to damage it because it is still new. And then we lock it up with a splashing pump down with a 10mm fix spanner, gently and tighten up hard. Yeah? Then we time here the camshaft and the crankshaft. It is gear timing with two dots, one dot on the cam and another one on the crank, so that when the camshaft is rotating, the crankshaft is also rotating. So the crankshaft rotates the cam sends its upward force via the connecting links upwards for the valves to open and close respectively. So this cam is bigger than the crank, so that the crank goes many turns than the cam. So that is a little bit of its timing gear here. It's a gear timing. It's not like other engines that have chain, others have belt. So this one has a gear kind of timing, but it's also not hard. Don't worry about it. Just two marks, you align them together and everything will come in itself. Don't worry about that. Some people fear timing, I know, so but don't worry. Then next is to fit on the cover, the engine cover, where the motor and the rotor will go. So apply some little silicone over here, because there is, if you don't have that gasket, you can apply the little silicone over there, because there is engine oil, so it may start leaking. So to prevent that, you be forced to add some little silicone. But with my case, I had a gasket, I didn't add that. So tighten then very good that. Then on pulling this here, the piston will automatically come up, meaning that we are still on the right track to go on. And on fixing the cylinder head, you have to first check for the timed gears down. Are they pushing up the connecting links to open and close the valve? Yes. Then clean, because with our general body, cleaning is is important, yes, but with engines, cleanliness is vital. So don't just fix a dirty engine, always clean. You can use a towel, a sponge, or a rag. I see some guys over, they use their friend is usual kind, you know. If you have ever, I think you are aware. So apply a little silicone here, so that we eliminate a problem of low power, because if air is leaking out here, our engine will compress and lose, so that will cause low power, eventually less speed, and everything will go to worst. Apply a little bit of silicone here, even if the gasket is fine, but not too much of it. Then put your cylinder head in the right order. The piston links, no, sorry, the cam links below to open and close, exhaust and inlet, and the spark plug upward on top. So that is the right order. Then the rod is over. So hold here like so to align properly. Don't just put and go away. No, align. We have some alignments here that will also guide you to fix it properly, like here what I'm doing. Like this. So immediately you can hold it down by hand and pull. You will see this come. Put back your bolts immediately after seeing that the tappets are locking and opening. That's then fine. So put your screws back and then screw down in a cross-section manner for even tightening up of this cylinder head. So immediately after that, and then we are moving down to see that our cylinder head cover is done. Gently push downwards the carburetor back, put in your rotor, the stator, try to rotate and see if it is not scratching or rubbing against the motor. So the rotor and the motor, they have a given clearance which is set on by this motor cover. So motor cover back on, connect the wire harness and then lock the mounter. Right now here I'm just going to put my tank and test, but I may not test with you because of this funny sound here. I apologize for that, I'm sorry, but this is how you do your service. And then the last thing here is just to fix the exhaust and your engine runs smooth. So I thank you all for watching. Please, if you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up, comments below, and subscribe to Talex J Engineering for more videos that are coming in at any time, so don't miss right there. Thank you.